not gonna like what I'm finna say, but I'm finna say it. I do not like how y'all got them little girls doing that boots on the ground challenge. Everything is not meant for little kids, man, especially little girls. I don't want my little girl popping her fan and popping her hips nowhere around no grown men, because let's be real, that's where it's happening at. Sometimes we just gotta let kids be kids. Y'all be letting kids grow way too fast. Then when somebody with logical sense speak on it, y'all try to attack them. No, stop hyper-sexualizing kids. Stop. I do not like how y'all got them little girls doing that boots on the ground challenge.
And you wanna know what's crazy about what he's saying? Somebody's gonna say he's the problem. He's gonna get called a pedophile. Somebody is going to say that he should mind his eyes and he's the problem. When in reality, we have blurred the lines, completely blurred the lines between adult activities and children's activities. At this point, children, there's no distinction. There's no distinction. And that's the problem. And he is absolutely right. And I would make a comment about these prom videos that I'm seeing, but it's fine. It's okay. It's fine. I'm going to keep my comments to myself because I ain't got kids.
Y'all not gonna like what I'm finna say, but I'm finna say it. I do not like how y'all got them little girls doing that boots on the ground challenge.
You're not going to like what I have to say, and that's completely okay with me. I could care less, but it has to be said. Start making videos calling out the predators. Far too many times people get on here talking about what they don't want to see coming from innocent children rather than what they don't want to see coming from predatory adults. And I'm about tired of it, to be honest with you. This little girl is imitating what she sees her mother and maybe her aunties and grandmothers and friends doing. The problem that I have with this gentleman's take is not that he's not putting out a good message. Yes, there are people out here that are watching children, but the problem that I have is that you chose to direct your concern towards the child and the mother rather than directing your concern to your peers, adults. Talk to the adults that are predatorial, because this child is doing nothing but enjoying a dance with her mother.
I just want to remind y'all that the adultification of black children stems from slavery. And unfortunately, the black community has internalized our children being adultified, which is why you're so bothered by seeing a little girl pop her fucking hip to boots on the ground. Honestly, there ain't too many dances a black girl could do before y'all start saying it's too grown or she doing too much. And I just wonder when the black community will be free from these shackles. When will our children be perceived as innocent, at least by us? Like, stop pretending like you're just proactively thinking about what predators may see when they see these videos, or you're so concerned about predators. No, you have been conditioned by white supremacy to adultify black children. I wish that y'all would protect black children as much as y'all adultify and shame them.
I keep seeing the boots on the ground discourse about the little baby doing the dance or little girl doing the dance. And nothing is wrong with the dance that she's doing. Y'all are sexualizing children. Well, little girl children to be exact. Because y'all don't be doing none of this when little boys be tripping out. And that dance is literally like you're pumping the air. Not saying that nothing is wrong with that dance either, because nothing is wrong with it. But y'all only do this to little baby girls or girl children. Cut it out. Say something to the predators or the people who sexualize the children instead.
Not like how y'all got them little girls doing that boots on the ground challenge.
I totally agree with you. I agree with you 1,000%. Nowadays, these parents are not letting their kids be kids. Like, everything you see on TikTok, every TikTok challenge that you see on TikTok, your kids have no business doing. Nowadays, it's just putting subliminal messaging out there for perverts to look at your kid a certain way. Yeah, you might not intend for that to happen, but it happens. Stop doing that. Let kids be kids.
I think it's just inappropriate. I don't understand, especially my generation, like doing that. Like, I think we need to stop. You need to let kids be kids. Granted, in the black community, especially, is a lot of promiscuity, a lot of stuff that we're just like cultured around, but it needs to stop. It really does. And I can go on and on and on, which I did. I made this video like twice, 3 times, and I went on and on and on about how we need to like basically check our culture. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm really gonna stick to this. I'm gonna try to stick to this topic as much as possible. But it really be bothering me because it mainly be the black community. It mainly be the black people that be, I would say, doing the most. Like, we all be doing the most. As somebody who came out of that when I came to God, I just look at it. Like, why are we having girls twisting their hips, moving their bodies like they grown adults? They're not grown adults. These are kids. Let kids be kids. And then we wonder why when our kids turn 16, 15, 14, 16, having kids, doing the most, not paying attention in school, doing all this extra stuff, smoking, drinking at a really young age. We wonder how they got up in that, because it starts off when they're little.
Not y'all got me hot about this boots on the ground dance, a freaking line dance, and now y'all all in an uproar because kids are doing a line dance. If it's one thing about America, y'all love to hyper sexualize and over sexualize little girls. I'm calling it like I see it. My name is Kashari Dove, aka the Dove Goddess, aka Coach K. I have been a dance coach and a dance advisor for over 10 years now, so I have a lot of credibility behind what I'm saying. In no other culture do they make an uproar about kids dancing. Latinas can salsa and throw their hips around and shake their hips all day, and it's okay. Jamaicans can whine and grind, and they do what they do. Hawaiians can hula dance and grass skirts and little bikini tops, and no one says anything. The Indian culture is known for belly dancing. But let it be a little black girl, y'all quick to try to sexualize her, call her fast, say what she shouldn't and should not be doing, when a lot of our dance culturally stems back from Africa. And if you knew or had any knowledge about dance, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. Agrees with what he's saying. I think kids should be kids. I think there are certain dances that are or should be reserved for adults. I don't think a child should have their hands on their knees with their little backsides tooted up or scrubbing the ground, whatever the fuck they call it, dancing like something you would see, let's say, in a strip club. No, not for a child. Got you. But this simple line dance, and I can bet my bottom dollar that a lot of people that share his same sentiments are talking about one part of that line dance, when they have to move their little leg or their hip or whatever you want to fucking call it. Really? They're doing a line dance to a country song or country-like song, whatever you want to call it, about fans. How do you sexualize that? How do you say that's too much? There's too much movement of the hips that's over-sexualized. I've seen more movement in cheerleading, drill, or maybe even a little girl with a face full of makeup with adult-like clothes walking down a goddamn walkway at a beauty pageant. Nobody bats an eye. They get a TV show. Hello! But a simple line dance with their parents? About fans? I wish I had my goddamn fan. I don't know where it's at. I just think if you've seen that.
I do not like how y'all got them little girls doing that boots on the ground challenge.
He ain't say nothing wrong. But the problem ain't the dance. Because I've seen tons of little toddlers and teenagers do the dance, and it's cute and appropriate. Now, I've also seen some toddlers do this dance and other line dances, and there's too much gyrating, too much booty popping. Get y'all kids. It's not the kids, it's the parents. The kids don't know no better. But y'all parents, y'all are weird, and you're even more weird for putting it on the internet for people to see. No. Make it PG for these kids. It's okay for the kids to want to dance and do the line dance. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. But all that extra booty popping and gyrating and stuff y'all be letting these kids do on the internet is wild to me. But that's just me.
I'm seeing a lot of men talking about the boots on the ground challenge with the little girls. And I feel like the dance as a whole is not an inappropriate dance for children. It is a dance trend. I don't feel like it's inappropriate. I feel like where it comes inappropriate is when by the little girls mocking the grown women with the grinding and the groping, that kind of, those movements are making the dance inappropriate. If the little girls were learning and did learn the male version of the boots on the ground challenge, I feel like it wouldn't be nothing to talk about because it'll just be another dance. But I absolutely, totally agree that the little girls are mocking the older women with the boots on the ground challenge. Because I love seeing the little girls do it. It's cute. But that it is very uncomfortable, and it shouldn't be them rolling and, doing the little parts to the song. They should learn the male version of the song, my opinion.
So I was sent that boots on the ground video where that man basically replied and was trying to warn mothers about they're exposing their daughters to the internet and doing inappropriate dances. And he was like, there's predators out there. And a lot of women are upset about it, saying, you need to be talking to the men. You need to be talking to the men. You don't need to be talking to us. They need to not be on the internet. They need to da 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 da. As someone who works in media, who had to read through court documents of these predators, let me tell you something. There is nothing a man on the internet can do about a predator. He can only deal with them as such, right? Predators are going to be there. They're not going anywhere because they hide in silence. They hide behind professions. They hide behind their degrees. They hide inside of their homes. They hide as family men. They hide as husbands, sons, boyfriends. They hide, okay? There is no talking to a predator because they are sick mentally. So for you to get on to other men saying, talk to the predators, nobody wants to talk to predators because there is no talking to them because they're mentally ill. But us as mothers, our job is to protect our children, not just our daughters, but our children in general from predators. There is no stopping them other than when you find out what they did and then you let the law deal with them. And even the law don't deal with them the way the law needs to deal with them. Because I feel like once you're a predator, you need to be locked away forever and never have a chance to register as anything. You need to just be locked away forever.
I do not like how y'all got them little girls doing that boots on the ground challenge.
He didn't say nothing wrong. But the problem ain't the dance, because I've seen tons of little toddlers and teenagers do the dance, and it's cute and appropriate. Now, I've also seen some toddlers do this dance and other line dances, and there's too much gyrating, too much booty popping. Get y'all kids. It's not the kids, it's the parents. The kids don't know no better. But y'all parents, y'all are weird. And you're even more weird for putting it on the internet for people to see. No. Make it PG for these kids. It's okay for the kids to want to dance and do the line dance. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. But all that extra booty popping and gyrating and stuff y'all be letting these kids do on the internet is wild to me. But that's just me.
Y'all not gonna like what I'm finna say, but I'm finna say it. I do not like how y'all got them little girls doing.
And you're not going to like what I have to say, but let's call a thing a thing. The black community needs to stop protecting predators. What we have to do in the same breath of letting kids be kids is understand that those girls are literally dancing with their mothers. And as far as I know, and others know, and that we can see, it's not necessarily a sexualized dance. The problem is that these men and these women, let's clock it, these predators are going to sexualize it anyway. But let's not try to put all the shame and the onus and this blame on the mothers. They are literally doing a line dance. They're not twerking. They're not gyrating. They're not doing anything like they're an extra in a Sexy Red video. They're not doing anything like that. Like they're an extra in a video.
Something I want to talk to y'all about, and I know some gonna say I'm wrong, some gonna say I'm right. I really don't care. Let these kids be kids. You know that song boots on the ground and they slinging a fan and they slinging the hips. I'm seeing so many little girls. I'm talking about little girls, like toddler girls, going famous for slinging their hips and slinging a fan. Look, y'all need to let kids be kids. I know y'all done probably heard this 1,000,001 times, but y'all need to let kids be freaking kids. It's so many predators out here. It's so many men out here looking at these little kids and they slinging their hips and they slinging a fan. And y'all think they're going famous for slinging that fan and slinging their hip. Them men probably looking at them dang on kids. There's a lot of creeps out here, y'all. I was essayed and molested at a young age. So that's the reason I'm saying it, but it starts in the family. I don't care what nobody say. Essay and molestation starts in family. I don't care what nobody say. Nobody gonna maybe change my mind, but y'all need to let kids be kids.